on, tune in and do it fast. It's time for the Evercast. Are you ready to greet Ed, Rich, Crow, and Pete as they talk Evercade? Good times will never fade. Put away the switchblade, sheath the sword of Vienna. Stop the blaster master, there's no enemy below as we dip into euphoria. Turn on, tune in, and do it fast. It's time for the Evercast.
Hey, everybody.
I'm confused. Is it time for the Evercast?
I don't know. Is it?
Welcome, everybody. We have Crow, we have Pete from undisclosed location, and Rich may pop in.
Pete's on the road. Yay! Not driving. Ah, oh my god!
Oh no!
It looks like I don't know if he's trying to do video, but it looks like it's just like the static image that they would show like on a news correspondence where they're just out in the field. And there you go.
I'm sharing the Wi-Fi with 12 other people in the house. So I'm on the road. So I'm gonna go all staticky probably, but I just wanted to say hello to everybody. That's all.
Nice. Yep.
This is pretty cool.
Pete's out retro game hunting today.
Yeah, I haven't started yet. I'm gonna leave in about a few minutes and go. And I want the lyrics to that song because there's a couple words I can't pick out. The sword of something. So Gene's got to give us the lyrics.
Yeah.
I always hear. I don't know why I always hear the sword of Vietnam.
Me too. The sword of something.
And I know that's not the right lyrics, but that's what I keep hearing.
Yeah. Oh, there's Gene. Yeah, there's Rich. Oh wow. Oh, sword of Iana.
Hey, Rich, yeah. I'm doing you today. I'm on
awesome.
And I got my Jimmy.
Yeah.
But I'm not driving. I'm gonna leave in about 2 minutes. I've just wanted to say hi. Want to say hi to everybody before I jump out of the truck and go get my cousin. But want to say hi and want to tell everybody you guys are gonna be discussing Atari Arcade Collection 2. I think it's freaking awesome. That's my only opinion on it. So anyway, I want to say everybody, I've got to go, and I'll see you guys next week. Okay?
All right,
awesome.
Sounds good, man.
Bye, Pete.
Bye, everyone.
And there you go.
Good times.
Oh my goodness! And we have Rich Gandalfing in. So
I can't, man.
Oh yeah, we definitely have some.
You're
big we'll
on
to.
time-ish.
Yeah.
But you know what? Click the buttons for things. It's all good. Let's say hi to the chat. We can see who's here, and then maybe we'll talk about polls, and then we can dive into the news, and then we'll see if depending on what we talk about, if we have time, we can continue Pico one last time. You all right?
Yeah.
All right. So who do we have?
Still recovering. But we're
I
good.
hear you. We got some channel members. We got like Genejoke and Phantom Fiction, the infamous Ian Hobbies, and Blunders, and the one in Television Gamer, Archive Gig, got Darren Chapman. They got J Matt. Chat's exploding all over the place. So
It's great.
everyone's doing awesome this Saturday morning. Oh my goodness. Blunders? What did I? Oh, did I say blunders?
Yeah, you did say blunders instead of blunders.
Oh, I had a D. Blunders.
He was describing what he was doing. Blunders.
Oh my god. What's this yet? The podcast is good saying that 15 carts are coming this year, more arcade carts released ever in a year before.
I don't buy it. There's no way.
That would be great. Because I mean, actually, when I went live last night, I was kind of talking about that they released an arcade device, so it would make sense to have the carts to go with it. Device.
Let's see. The most number of carts they released in 1 year so far was looks like 2023 maybe, and we had 8, 12, Oh, I guess they did have 15 carts in 2023.
Oh, 15 and 12. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, sorry. You thought it was funny.
So I
Yeah.
guess it is possible.
That would be
Yeah, it's the year of the EXP, right?
Uh,
23,
yeah, probably.
or was that the Duke
What
year?
was bundled with the EXP? No, that came with the Capcom.
Capcom? Yeah.
What about the
No,
Was
I
that
DS?
think
Duke
it.
year?
No, I think it came out. Okay, well the yeah, probably because it came out the year after the VS. And the
Okay,
VS
yeah.
came out in 2022, so it had to be. Yeah,
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Gene says it was the most. Okay, that makes sense. That was the most arcade cards because of the VS.
2022 only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah,
It
but
was
most
probably 2022 had the least amount of. Oh, arcade carts.
arcade cards, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they released with the first 4.
Yeah. So they had 4. Let's see here if I could. Arcade. So it's 2. Yeah. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's right because 2024 had 3 arcade carts.
Yeah.
But the only reason is because the VS was released and they released it with 4 arcade carts all at once.
Yep.
Yep. Remember the special edition came with like 6. That was cool.
6 carts, yes, and I
Yeah.
think that was the one I got. So that's why I have duplicates of some carts.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, I think like last night, like Gene likes to tease me. He's like, "Oh, there'll probably only be one more arcade cart this year." I'm like, "Stop it!" He's like, "Yeah." I still love the ongoing joke is the Neo Geo will be all like blue carts. It's not gonna happen.
Wait a minute. Wait, how could that possibly be?
It isn't. He just
yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're not classed as
okay. So
No.
Andrew's 15 in total. That would be nice. That would be. I think that's a good. Yeah, I think that's a good limit. Like that way, it's not too overwhelming. Like 50 cards.
Yeah.
I think it would be better. Not that's a little too overwhelming. I think they should stick to about 12.
Yeah.
That way, one a month.
Well, I don't mind the. I don't mind. I mean, if they get to 16, I don't mind. You know, because if you think about it, then it's 8 months of dual carts, so it's not terrible.
True.
You know,
that's what Gene was saying.
I'll buy 2 carts, 8 months out of the 12.
Yeah. He said Microsoft's SNK games like the shockingly bad C64.
Well, this is what I understand. Like, why? Like, what? If we can do the arcade games, why give us the inferior console version of the arcade games now?
Exactly.
Well, I mean, especially since you're doing a deal with the company that
Yes.
directly is making the game, so it's like, no.
Yes.
But yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to maybe take a listen over the weekend. Yeah, like.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm gonna have to listen to Retro Titans or watch that video. Find out.
When did it come out? I might have listened to it and not even remembered because I do have that in my podcast list as it comes up as it goes. So I might have already listened to it and just not remembered.
Let's see.
Purely just to mess with Ed. Yeah, that's
No,
why I
there's one that came out on the 13th. Maybe that's the one he's talking about. I haven't listened to that one yet.
Retro.
Yeah. I have to get that listen to. We have
Within the last week. Yeah, I haven't
Sorry.
listened to that yet.
I love saying his name like that. The one from last week, I believe. Okay, yeah, we'll have to check that out. But no, that's good. And purely, yeah, it makes sense they're gonna have more arcades. But yeah, you know what? Let's do the polls real quick because I know what everyone's like. We're diving to get into. But
Oh, they did an interview with Andrew.
oh, I wish they would do highlights from that. That would be kind of cool. Not that we've ever done that with Evercast, but like we've had people on. So for reasons like this poll, I don't know. Andrew may or may not. I tried to be playful, but no, I was just curious. I got 86 votes. I said to ask people. I said the following annoys me the most about Evercade. Yeah, I was just curious. It's actually kind of surprised me. Like ever delays, lack of communication, availability of carts. I put that one here because I see like a lot of posts where people are like, hey, I want to try to buy. Like I'm not talking like legacy collections, like ones that are still being printed. Like, hey, I'm trying to buy this, but like Fun Stock is out, Video Games Plus is out.
Mm-hmm.
And I did do something else in the comments, and people are saying like just focus on carts. They want the roadmap, lack of communication, never delays, lack of accessory support, immortal, lack of marketing, plain and simple. A bunch of different stuff. You know, and like, what did Gene say? Something else. People being this is funny, of course. Like Gene is the Evercade retreat. If y'all don't know, like check out his Evercade channel if you haven't. But of course, I love his comment. Something else. People moaning about minor delays. Think of the poor folks this year waiting for stuff, waiting years for stuff from companies. So yeah, just all kinds of things. But yeah, so I thought that was interesting. Availability of cards. I wonder.
Actually,
yeah.
My poll this week figured out what the best Evercade cart was up through 2023.
What was that?
Irem Arcade 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. How much did that beat out Duke?
I'll give you the percentages in a second. It right now, I mean, it's still the same ranking. Right now, it was 32% Irem Arcade 1. And then in second was Duke Nukem Collection 1 with 27%. Pico Interactive 1 with 26%. And then Galco Arcade 1 with 15%.
Wow.
And that's out of 128 votes.
Damn. Okay, that's a good. Do you think it is the power of R-Type, or is it, you know?
No, it's I said in my post it was probably 10-yard fight.
Yeah.
Really?
That was a joke.
Okay. I was like, what? I was like,
Yes.
yeah.
I think some people actually thought I was being serious too, because they're like, 10-yard fight.
I was actually playing some R-Type on the TurboGrafx the other day. It's pretty good.
Nice.
Don't get me wrong. I actually like 10-yard fight. I just know a lot of people don't.
Yeah. So
Well, actually, that's a good thinking. We can talk about, like, since Atari's coming back, well, the other Atari collection's coming back. Maybe bring back.
Yeah, Rich might know. We were talking, I think, before you showed up about when are we getting into this new arcade cart now or no?
Let's do it. Yeah.
yeah, sure, yeah, we can do that.
Let me ask, because I forget how many games are on there, but there are a lot of games I hadn't even heard of before on this cart. And maybe Rich would know whether or not they were actually Atari games or they are games that Atari acquired, so Berserk and Frenzy.
So this collection is the celebration of their acquisition of Stern's arcade game lineup.
Is that what this is? Most of these games are Stern, because then if that's the case,
all but two are actually Stern games.
Fire Truck, I know, was an Atari game.
Correct.
Original. Let's
Maze
scroll through this really.
Maze Invaders.
Maze Invaders. Okay, that one I was not familiar with. Okay, so that explains why most of these. I thought that Stern only had two games, Berserk and Frenzy, for whatever reason.
Right. Yeah,
because they were more known for pinball machines.
That's right.
Even back then.
That's right. Yeah, and a lot of people, when the acquisition happened back in the day with Berserk and Frenzy, the press release says, Berserk, Frenzy. I think they might have actually mentioned like Lost Tomb or something like that, and then ... and many others. And I was like, oh sweet, maybe we'll get a list one day. And it wasn't until this past month or the 2 months prior that Atari released their IP list and then sorted all of their IP based on acquisition that we actually got the list of games. And when this cartridge got announced and I started seeing the titles, I was like, wait, are these actually the Stern games we're finally going to be able to play? Because not a lot of these games are out in other places. Now, there are some that we actually do have right now. If you happen to have one of these guys.
Yes, I knew that Berserk and Frenzy were on that.
Yeah, there are some games already on the Evercade ecosystem, as it were, in the Atari Super Pocket. As is there's another one on the set. Someone was very kind to remind me in the comments that there was another game. And I'm gonna say I'll try to look at it as we're playing around and talking about the cart. But this is awesome because I like the fact that there's that there's this discovery happening and that Atari is kind of like coming back into the fold. And like I said in my open in the news line, 100%, I absolutely loved the marketing tease behind this release. Because
Was there a tease? Because all I
Yeah.
remember was seeing a video, and that was
No,
my first.
so I woke up this morning. I woke up yesterday morning because I follow Evercade and Atari on social media. And I woke up to a tweet from the Evercade Retro account on X asking Atari if they could be their Valentine. And I was like, what is happening? Like, this is all right. I'm in because, like, you guys are poking around. Maybe you're going to tease something like, maybe there's going to be like a makeup letter or something. I don't know. It's like some kind of funny thing happening. And then the video drops with the announcement. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. And then as more of that information comes to light, it really looks like, whatever Blaze and Atari needed to do to like settle some licensing differences, they figured it out. So the only thing we don't know is whether or not this is like a true coming back to the fold. And, does that mean that Atari is then going to allow those extended license to carry over and allow us to, allow them to like reprint carts and like that kind of stuff. That we don't know yet, but it's a good sign because that means, like more Atari on Evercade is great, in my opinion. Because they have acquired so many other games from other companies that they can just keep releasing Atari regular collections, computer collections, and arcade collections with games that aren't necessarily Atari, but they're going to be called Atari because they own them. So,
Yeah.
And we're talking hundreds of games, not just like, a little bit. That IP list is like goes for days. And it'd be great because again, they're just not IP. They're not, maybe if they're not going to do anything with them, they might as well, allow some other good stewards out there in the retro community to get some of these games back out there. So
What did Atari acquire aside from Stern? Because I can't imagine Stern has a whole lot of games in their backlog.
you're correct. There's not a lot there, but Atari IP list.
That's true. That's true.
All right, so let me go to the IP list here. So there's regular.
Oh, they got Accolade. Oh my God, okay. We need a Commodore 64 Accolade collection.
Right. And you've got there's stuff from Digital Eclipse that they can put out, like some of those other like random stuff that they've been working on. They have Night Dive, which I don't know if that'll work on an Evercade, but some of the Night Dive games.
We need this game. We need Law of the West.
They have Micropros, they have Infogrames, they have GT Interactive, they have Accolade, as you just mentioned.
Well, wait a minute. Weren't they Infogrames at one point?
Yes.
Infogrames bought the Atari and they changed their name. So
they just it's a big thing. It's like they're eating each other's thing. It's crazy. And there's still actually the Atari that's still part of like Warner Brothers that has those other arcade games that they haven't acquired back.
Yes, because they had split off at one point where it was Atari Arcade and Atari Home or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what it was.
So
question, are they mainly arcade ports that they acquired? That's what Ian is asking.
Is it mostly arcade ports that they acquired from Stern, you mean? It's all arcade from Stern.
Yeah, Stern only had arcade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Doesn't want me. Atari off. So here's what's interesting that we were kind of saying. On the one hand, it opens the door more to like the other Atari collections, but these collections Atari doesn't have like on physical media. You know what I mean? Like they do for their own 2600. So they're like, this doesn't compete with us, but it would be nice. Let's talk about some of these. So first of all, I'm thrilled that we're getting the arcade versions of Berserk and Frenzy. And
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Instead of like the 20.
Actually, I got those 7800 versions, and they're not bad at all.
Yeah,
No, totally. But as opposed to the 2600 version, because I don't think they would give the enhanced. But yeah, no, I'm sure like Centipede. But yeah, I'm like the collection. It's like okay, worth it alone for this. And then, have you guys heard of Tasmania or Lost Tomb? Like this is the first time of me hearing about like some of these games.
I've heard of Tasmania. I never really played it a whole lot, so I've heard of Lost Tomb. Again, I'm not really familiar with it. There were a couple here I never heard of, like Moon War and Dark Planet, Rescue, Minefield. I never heard of those games.
Oh, yeah. So Lost Tomb, if you guys specifically, if Lost Tomb is on the Super Pocket.
Oh yeah.
I never got that Super Pocket because again, I see those releases of Super Pockets something I don't really need because I think they're I don't want to be paying $60 for each one. Let's just put it that way.
Of course. Well, I just got suckered in because
If I actually played them a whole lot, I would probably buy every one, but I don't. They just sit there.
Yeah.
Yeah, my title one does too. Do any of these require a trackball like Moon War? Or
Yeah, actually, there is one game they included on here that I don't know why they included on here, and that's Fire Truck.
Yeah,
because that's going to be a complete dud. Because that was kind of a novelty in the arcade. Because what it was is that you had a person driving the fire truck, steering wheel, pedals, and everything, but then you had another player behind them with another steering wheel that controlled the rear wheels of the fire truck. So I don't know. Like, well, firstly, it's analog, and secondly, you kind of need two players and the actual arcade unit to actually get really involved. Again, it's one of those games I never really played a whole lot. A thought crossed my mind. I wonder if they'd like make it so one player can play it by controlling both the front and the rear wheels on the same controller. But I don't know if they'd go that far to do that.
Right.
And it says players one. That's not right. You need two players to play that. I don't know if you can even play it with one player.
I think they made a one-player cab version of that game, though.
Okay, so maybe that's what that is. I thought there was. I'm gonna look it up because I thought there was only the one cabinet, and that was for two players.
I was going to say otherwise by Evercade law they have to make a game unplayable. Amber brings up a good point. Doesn't Atari also own Intellivision, or do they just only?
That's
own...
correct. They bought the IP, the IP and the name rights. So, but it's like it's sticky. So it's like. Yes, they own it, but there's still things that are owned by the original company that spun off, that are different, and there are some IP that were purchased by BMG Entertainment that weren't part of the deal that went to Atari. So like Astro Smash and Shark are not owned by Atari; they're owned by BMG Entertainment. So it's a mess.
But have the Intellivision games, or would they call
100%? Yeah. Well, when they rolled out the Wider World of Atari DLC for Atari 50, they just called it the Wider World of Atari, and there's now Intellivision games on there. So yeah.
Oh, I'm
as far as I can tell, there is
Atari 50. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's on Atari 50, but I was just looking it up, and the arcade game, there's only the one cabinet as far as I can tell, and I think that if you see one that's just like for one player, I think it's just missing the back half.
Yeah.
But it does say you could play as one player or two players, and in one player mode, you could actually control the front or the back. So cool. I don't know if it's the AI is controlling the other part or not. Also, it doesn't, just from a screenshot, what's the goal? Are you trying to get the fires? Is it just a race? Are you just trying to get to someplace within a time limit?
Oh, for Fire Truck? Well,
for Fire
I actually played that cabinet, and I couldn't figure out what the point was, other than it's just like you have to keep going and not run out of fuel. So it's like one of those early racing games.
Oh, so you have to keep collecting fuel?
Yeah, you have to get like pickups in order to.
So you never actually get to a fire.
Right? Yeah, you're always going there. But yeah,
they should have probably called the closer fire department then.
Right?
Run out of fuel, just go drive. Okay.
It does look cool on the actual cabinet, though.
Cabinet. Yeah, that's one of those things where it's like you have to actually play it in the actual cabinet to
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
get the experience. I don't see how
No.
this will work
Yeah,
on Evercade.
yeah, and spinning off into some of the comments here that we got. Phantom, I'm looking forward to that too. And I think we're gonna get one this year. I actually directly added Atari after the 7800 plus announcement.
Now is he
And-
saying like an intelligent
in Intellivision Plus.
Super
yeah.
Pocket?
No,
Super
no.
Pocket or
I think he's talking about like an Intellivision
Any
like
console.
this.
Yeah.
It's an Intellivision Plus.
oh, I see. That'll be interesting.
And
Oh,
I
okay.
added Atari about that last year, and he's like, yeah, that'd be great. And then a whole bunch of people like jumped on that same thing, and they're like, you know what, that's a great idea. That was their response, and I was like, okay. So and it's the Atari Plus family of consoles, and they have the right to do it. So I wouldn't imagine that like that this this summer they'd probably announce that that's what they're going to do, and they'll launch it in the fall. So
that'll
that'd be great.
be $100+ that I won't have anymore.
Yep. You're darn right. I mean, I've been waiting for something. Yeah, I'll probably pick up two of them, and one to as I clean up all my cartridges, one to test to make sure that the hardware works, and then probably get clean games for the other one, so I don't just gunk up one and ruin it with all the dirt and dust that's on my carts from the flood. But I would totally buy immediately.
Well, or you could buy one right away and then wait for it to go on sale and buy one at a cheaper price.
That's true. Yeah. But then the other question for the Wolf site saying the Intellivision carts could go legacy. I actually it's unlikely that that'll happen because the other company that holds the rights to the games in question actually continues to hold the rights to reproduce the Intellivision Collection 1 and 2. So so that they're just going to keep allowing them to print more in if they need to. So I don't think that they're ever going to go away because they still hold the rights to those collections.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Blowers is saying his favorite. Okay, so Maze Invaders. So I guess it's a cult fair. So this was never released in the arcades. Like, was this a prototype game, or what's the deal behind it?
Oh, Maze Invaders. Yeah. It is one, and that wound up on Atari 50 as well. But yeah, it was like something that they were working on, and then just never got it into a cabinet. So like it's pretty cool. I think I messed with it a couple times when I was going through the timeline on Atari 50. But
nice.
But yeah, so that one's a pretty neat one. And the other ones that I'm looking forward to seeing how they do is all those scrolling shooters, the rescue, minefield, that kind of thing. I want to see how the emulation works and how it looks, because when you're looking at those at a regular cabinet, it looks really, really neat. So I'm wondering if the emulation will carry that. And then
I mean, how does that emulate in MAME? Do those games emulate fine in MAME?
I don't know. I mean, I could probably you'll find out over here, but
because if they do, I can't imagine there'd be an issue with the Evercade emulating it.
Mm-hmm. So,
hey, this is a bold claim. Cryptic Coffee says that 2025 will be the year Evercade will make a proper racing game.
We'll
He's gonna
see
riot.
a proper. I thought he said wrestling game.
Wrestling
You
game.
didn't say
that's
racing
right.
game. You said racing game.
Yeah, I heard that. I did. Yeah, I wish. I wish.
I'm waiting for a decent baseball game, a decent football game, and by football I mean football, not soccer.
American football. Oh, did Atari still have Midway? That's a great question.
So I think that's part of that other division.
Oh, it's under Warner Brothers. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Damn.
So
yeah, I'm hoping that Moon War doesn't take a spinner or trackball. Same with Dark Planet. It looks like they could. I hope not.
So it looks like a vector game with a background attached. So, you know what happened the last time we got a vector game with a background?
Yeah.
They put the wrong game on it.
Yep. Oh my
Wah, wah.
Oh my god! Wouldn't that be funny if they did that like the first time you run the game? It's like the wrong one, and then they go, "Just kidding."
I'm still baffled why they could not fix that ever.
I know.
It is weird because you figure that'd be something you could put into a cartridge patch pretty easily.
Yeah. It wouldn't be the first time, like with Roneo's Tale, how they released it kind of unfinished and then updated it to be finished later.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well,
it's weird.
Well, you know
I mean,
what?
hey, you know what? Maybe it'll actually happen now.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. Like, let's have Atari fix Arcade 1. We have Arcade 2.
Yep.
Well, it's a legacy cart, so why would they now?
Well, I mean, but if it's not legacy anymore, you know what I mean?
Oh, you mean they're removing it from legacy status? Okay.
Wait, Gene says they fixed it. Did they?
Did they fix it? Okay, if they fixed it, I don't remember seeing it in a fix patch and notes anywhere. But actually, let's put on. Let's see.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
know.
Atari Arcade 1, right?
We're all grabbing. Yeah, we fire.
Ah.
We'll see.
Oh, wait. He said by stating on the website that it's not Asteroids Deluxe.
Ah,
That's
Gee.
not fixing it.
I know. You got me excited. I'm like, okay,
But who's going to the website? If you're buying it, you're buying it like off like maybe if you're buying it off a Fun Stock, it'll say it. But what if you're buying it somewhere else? And then you're like, oh, Asteroids Deluxe, and then you put it in there.
The cartridge, though, the cartridge, if it states Asteroids Deluxe, then like, come on, man.
I don't think they ever even fixed that. Because
No.
yeah, now you gotta be curious. I was.
It's right there. It's here.
It's right where.
We've got
Hold
13
on.
games too.
I just put it in, and it's still. Oh man.
It's still Asteroids Deluxe, right?
Yeah. It's still Asteroids Deluxe. My OBS didn't like me right now, so hold on a second.
Gene. You had me there for a second. He's like, they did fix it, and then he waited.
They fixed it by saying it was wrong.
Oh, they need a gauntlet card. That's still the that's back to that Warner Brothers thing.
Oh yeah, true.
That would be cool if it was like that we got Gauntlet, but it was like every version is the Gauntlet collection. So you got like the arcade versions of Gauntlet, you got the Link's Gauntlet, and maybe even the Gauntlet Dark Legacy if the Evercade was able to emulate that.
Ooh, that would be awesome.
Hello.
Hello.
Why did that not work? All right, I'm gonna do this again. That's weird. Maybe I'm just gonna unplug it.
You're having crow problems.
I am, but that's weird because I don't usually have those kind of things.
You weren't here before we started, but like I got in there and I said one word, and then I instantly lost my mic. And it was because I went to move it, but I accidentally touched the USB port and I moved and I unplugged it.
There we go. There it is. There it is. And yeah, there is our Asteroids Deluxe right there. I don't know. It still says it.
What if they really wanted to fix it, like by saying it's Asteroids? They need to fix the flyer, so it's the Asteroids flyer. They need to change it, obviously, to describe asteroids. They need to remove the background, and then they'd be good.
I think it's just easier to just put the Asteroids Deluxe ROM on the cart.
Yeah.
No, actually, I don't know if that's possible. Because remember when I asked about this before, they said they don't supply the ROMs. They have to get them from whoever they're buying it from or licensing it from.
Got it.
So that happened to be the ROM that they got. And nobody noticed it wasn't the right game.
Got it. Now I understand.
That went through QA. Oh, one and Blunder's brought up, and I actually skipped past this. What if they also did like an Atari Alpha this year? What about that?
There's no way that's happening this year.
I wouldn't think it would.
And the reason why is because based on the discussions about this particular announcement right now, and the fact that we still haven't heard anything about SNK, solidifies, in my opinion, that the reason why they're not doing that is because it's SNK hardware year this year. There will be SNK hardware, and they're going to announce it at around the time. All of SNK is going to get announced around the time that they did the Duke Nukem announcement, which was like late May, late April, or something like that, when they did that announcement that year for launch in the holiday timeframe. So, and we'll probably get carts maybe before then, but there will be definitely hardware that's tied to SNK in some way, shape, or form. So, and that's why there's a delay, or not a delay, but a wait. They said later this year in their statement, so later this year is nebulous enough where it's like, well, we said later this year. It's just not like this.
So they
said
got
the very next thing
they
they're
got
going
10
to announce
months.
is the carts. Like they could wait all the way until October and announce this thing, because it's still later this year. But that's what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to be, that's their big summer splash, right? Like their E3 time. Like here it is. Here's all the SNK stuff for year one. Because remember, it's a 2-year deal. So like, and I think they'll lean into that too. It's like in the first year of SNK, we're going to do this, and the whole thing will be like they'll announce the two carts, or maybe more. Maybe there'll be a different collection, or maybe it'll be a big product lineup. Like they'll finally collaborate with Hyper Megatech. And
Time to global hyper meganet.
and then they'll do that, right? Maybe this big thing is going to be, here's if they're going to do an alpha, it's going to be an SNK alpha. I'm just putting it out there right there. It's going to be a big giant red cabinet with the Neo Geo marquees that you can have the 3 games in and swap them out and do all that kind of stuff, just like a regular SNK cabinet. So I can do my cool video anyway. But
I don't know.
I think that's what they're gonna do, and I'm now more leaning towards, if they're gonna do a SNK Super Pocket, that they'll do a Neo Geo Pocket Super Pocket.
Ooh.
And I think that's actually I think they might do that. Now that's gonna make people mad, because that means that if they do an SNK Super Pocket, a Neo Geo Pocket Super Pocket, then you don't get those games on a cart.
No. You can do both. You can do both.
I mean, unless this is the one where they finally break the mold. But I think that's, I'm just saying,
because I mean, we're getting Atari games that were in the Atari Super Pocket now on cartridge.
That's true.
So
that's true. You're right.
No, Technos. We got some of the games that are on carts on there. So
yeah. No, I mean it's possible.
I mean, the only thing with the Capcom one is it just can't get the rights to put them on cartridge for some reason.
Man's like that would stink.
All I have to say is that think about this Atari news, but all we can think about is that is the power of SNK. Like, what about SNK? You know what I mean? Like, even when well,
it's because they put themselves out there, right? They did the pre-announcement. So like every announcement is like, well, is this the one? But I'm already reserved to, nothing's gonna be the one until they say, here is the showcase, and that's when it is. So, but now that we have 3 cartridges for the year 2025 in the till, then the next announcement should be the roadmap. So we get the paired cart with whatever the Atari cart is with the roadmap, and the roadmap's going to tell us when the showcase is going to be. So that'll be the next nugget of information that you get, is like you'll get the date of the showcase and the paired cart with the announcement of the roadmap. That's what I think is going to happen. And if they're going to go with 14 or 16 carts, then we'll know. There might actually be another announcement inside the showcase that's not SNK related. It'll be like, oh, by the way, we do other games, and here's 2 new carts that are coming out next month, and then bang bang. But you got to remember, if they say carts are coming out next month, they're going to come out 2 months from now.
Yeah, I know. That's what's so frustrating. I want them to come out the next day.
Well, I mean, but I will like to say this, though. Let me just put it out there, and then everyone can come in to the comments and say Rich, stop saying things like this. But you did that poll, and the poll said availability is the one thing that we want to have for cartridges, and I get that, especially for people that are coming into the ecosystem that want to get the older cartridges. I completely agree with that statement. However, for all new cartridges, there are 3 different retailers that are not Amazon that you can go to pre-order cartridges and guarantee that you get them. Just putting it out there.
Yeah.
So like that, because I think this is, you gotta still think about Blaze as like almost a boutique retailer. They're ordering based on pre-order interest, and that's very clear. So like if you're in it to get these carts and they announce a cart and then you're interested in it, then go and pre-order them, because at least it's the only way that I know that you can guarantee your product. So that's what I would do.
Well, I pre-order them because I'm going to forget that they're even released.
Well, that's the other part.
I'm just going to get it in the mail. I'm like, oh, look.
Yeah. It's like, I just think of it as a subscription service. It's like, oh, okay.
You're 100% right, because I feel like if you get it during the pre-order phase, everyone who wants to get it will basically be guaranteed to get it if you're ordering from other than Amazon, I should say.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of this Atari thing, one more time, the pre-order release date, I heard was like the end of this month. It was like the 28th or something like that.
Yeah.
The 24th, 25th, something. I don't know. No, 28th is a Friday, so that makes sense. It makes sense to be the 28th. So that means, though, in the next week or two, we're gonna get the other cart, because you got to order in pairs.
What were the last carts we could pre-order? Was it the one with the broken sword?
Yes.
Is that the last one?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Because it was funny because they announced it and it was available for pre-order, and then I pre-ordered it, and then sometime later I got an email saying, "Oh, don't forget the pre-order." And I was like, "Oh, I got to go pre-order." And I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, I already ordered it."
I already did it. Yeah.
Yep. No.
That's not weird at all. I want those. Croc 2 and Medieval. I mean, you got to go through Sony.
that the Croc games, the original Croc game was originally intended to be for Yoshi, but then Nintendo didn't give. Yeah, they did it and then they gave it to Nintendo. Like, look what we could do, and then they're like, Nintendo's like, no, we're not going to do that. Then they turned it into Croc.
Huh?
Yeah,
that's interesting.
That makes sense. Yeah, people are wanting like RMGBT with the SNK clicky stick. No, so what's interesting, it's funny when you say a Super Pocket that's horizontal. Actually, what it's going to be, it's going to be a special edition EXPR, and you can put in the Neo Geo carts. I don't think we're going to see a better Super Pocket, because they'd be competing with themselves too much. Although I would love an upgrade kit for the Super Pocket for the buttons. Wish someone on Etsy would make that. I would totally care.
I don't know.
Just 3D print your own.
That's true.
If I had a 3D printer.
Yeah, I've got to fix my 3D printer.
Oh yeah, what happened to it?
I had a 3D printer. I would be like
something
like, and that and this and that.
I
I
had some filament stuck between 2 different parts of the rollers inside the extruder. So I have to
you just need to I
have to take it apart and then like pull the junk filament out of the extruder.
That's not fixing it. That's just pulling out filament.
I guess so. I mean, you can't load it without doing that step, so it's technically broken. But, but
it happens to me all the time.
That's the first time it actually ever happened to me. I was like, yeah, what the heck is this? I'm trying to load the new filament. I was like, it's not going in. Like it like pulls just a little and then stops, and I'm like, what the heck?
Well, especially with the AMS feeder with the multiple ones, and it's always pulling them out and putting it in. Sometimes it'll just break in the center, and all I got to do is just pull out the tubing at one point, just yank it out, and I'm done.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yes.
I just looked up Super Pockets on Fangs for 3D printing. Somebody made a Super Pocket hard case you could 3D print.
Yeah. That game is thanks to.
Like a square box, or like I was hoping there'd be like a faceplate you could just like fit over to protect the screen. Like that would be really good.
Well, that's what this is pretty much. You're putting it in a box.
Yeah, it makes it bulky. Yeah, okay, that's the same one. Yeah.
But yeah, Fantasy Stars, courtesy of Fan and Fiction, right in the channel.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And we did a full playthrough on calling all retro gamers.
Oh yeah, we skipped that this week.
Yeah, you did a live stream on Thursday.
What? Oh my god, I totally forgot. Man, we have like the bastards.
It's all good.
I totally forgot about that.
As you can see. Oh no, it's perfectly fine because as you can see, excuse me, we're 45 minutes into the live stream. I still can't get a sentence out without coughing, so it's fine.
Okay.
And this is the one where we need all the information from you.
Yes. Yeah, I need to talk the most this one.
Yeah, we need to do that maybe next Thursday. But yeah, time goes by like that.
That's right. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, there's a lot of remasters coming around, all sorts of different places. I mean, I can't. Genejoke's talking about that in the chat. I can't wait to get there's the Lunar remasters. They're coming out in like 2 months or something like that on PS4, PS5, and all that. Makes me wish that Gung Ho would then go, well, we could retranslate the Sega CD games and just toss them out on consoles like Evercade. That would be kind of cool. And then just say the heck with working designs, just put out different translations.
Which
did you see the news that broke today from the Andrews interview? No.
Today?
In
Europe.
The same one from.
Oh, okay. 15 cards. So
15 cards. Yeah, mostly arcade. Yep.
I feel
so,
I feel like either subconsciously, like Blaze is finally like listening to me because like
but I don't. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be 15.
You think it'll be 12?
No, it's 16.
No.
It's. I mean, you can't put an odd amount of carts out unless.
Yes, you can.
Well, unless
because
you're bundling
they've done
them
that
in
before.
threes. Unless you're bundling
no,
them in threes.
you could release a cart individually. They've done that already.
Yeah, they can't do it anymore.
Why not?
Because people in the U.S. can't pre-order just one cart from Funstock.
Yeah, order it from Video Games Plus then.
Yeah, they're going to do that.
Or you know what? Or you can just order it and like get like the other tchotchkes with it if you want. It'll do.
Yeah, or wait for the next pack to come out and then just get 3 carts.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, the game above it is my pièce de résistance. It's Golden Axe Warrior, Amber. That's the first game we did for a whatchamacallit, completion quest.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That was super fun. It was great. It's one of my favorite. Well, it's probably those two are number 1 and 2. You can pick which day I put one at 1 and one at 2, but those are number 1 and 2 SMS games of all time. And this is number 1 Sega CD game of all time, even over Eternal Blue. I love Eternal Blue, but Silver Star takes it because that was the game that just sucked me in to the series.
Nice.
So, yeah. And we're playing that right now, actually, on Calling All Retro Gamers. It's pretty fun.
Heck yeah. But yeah, this is the year of arcade.
Yeah.
I think it's important because remember, like 4 or so years ago, like when the Namcos came out, Blaze is saying, "Hey, we know we have the console versions for now. We're going to try to get the arcade." And now that they've, and then slowly over time, they've got arcade cards. So it's like, I thought that was kind of the direction that Evercade is moving, like kind of like, give us the arcade ports, not the inferior ones if you can. And so.
Yeah. Oh, wait, though. 3 carts already announced this year. How many of those are arcade carts? 1. So it's not yet the year of arcade carts.
True.
Well, I mean, I have a, I mean, we're kind of assuming a large amount here, but I mean, this S&K deal has got to be, it's got to be all arcade carts, right?
Watch it all be their NES games and stuff.
I'm sure we'll get some of those, but there's no way. There's no way, but they're not mostly going to be purple out of this deal.
Yeah.
So.
And they got to be Neo Geo, right? Neo Geo or Neo Geo Pocket, not because I have that like 40th collection, which is like.
Oh, I wouldn't mind seeing some of the games on that 40th collection on there.
No, but give us what we want.
So
And dip
What if-
switches. Do you think this is what they're waiting for dip switches? Because I know, Crow, you brought this up, like, you know, like how Neo Geo has all the regions. Like, do you think finally maybe we'll get dip switches and then you can play any
Yeah.
region of the
Watch it only be for Neo Geo games.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, true. DOS Mega Man.
yeah,
I wouldn't say that actually.
I would play that because I
Yeah.
did.
Yes,
that
I remember that.
that was my first Mega Man.
Oh, wow.
That was the first time I ever played because I never had an NES growing up.
Oh, you know what my first Mega Man was? Mega Man 2 on the Game Boy.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, Crystalis is. I had to stop myself from playing it on stream because I was getting sucked into that off that Neo Geo 40. Though that is a great game.
Yep.
So they could do that. But yeah, I still think we'll see Super Pockets. I think we'll see reskins of everything. I think they're going to go crazy with the license, and people's wallets are going to hurt.
Well, yeah, I mean, and then they've got, you know, it's a 2-year deal, so, you know, there's probably more to come than we know, you know, and that would be really cool if they had, you know, ties into SNK where SNK had stuff that, you know, sitting around on a shelf somewhere that never came out. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
You know, like here's some prototypes and like that kind of thing. Then that's Evercade bread and butter right there. So we get some discovery in this deal. That'd be fantastic.
I don't know how I feel about prototypes and counting them as games because,
Yeah.
like, oh, come on, they gave us Tempest on that one Atari collection, the prototype where it's like one screen and doesn't even work right, and they called that a game.
Yeah. I mean, 5 to 6 arcade cards. Okay, CEO was a guest on Retro Titans. Yep.
So
From
here's
25.
okay. Here's like another pet peeve of mine. Why it's fine that Blaze is talking about this like on another podcast. Why aren't they making this stuff like official on their blog? Why aren't they or on their own like YouTube? You know what I mean? Like instead of like hearing about it secondhand, I wish they would just kind of like make more announcements officially like this.
That's easier to write on a blog than it is to make a video.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
For me, it's easier to make a video, but I don't know. But
Well, if they made a video, they would have to script it out and have somebody edit it. It's not like they could just, you know, sit in front of the camera and just talk and then just upload it without editing it or anything.
Yeah.
or
Well,
like
I mean, and it's also sometimes it's the power of the interview, right? You know, like,
Yeah, and they gotta look somewhat professional, you know.
tweet it out or blue sky it out something. I don't know. Or make thank you. Or make it exactly. Make a blog.
Well,
Something like that.
I don't mind the way they do it now. Is like if they have something like that, they post it on their Discord, and there's a link to it. So it's not like they're putting it on their blog and then not telling anybody that they did.
I don't. But to me, Discord is like too niche, though. Like they, you know, I don't know, because you have to kind of, I don't know, you have to actively like log into Discord and search through like the.
I'm on Discord all the time. I think most people are. I mean, that's how a lot of people talk to each other. It's like how instant messaging. You know.
I know. I only look at it for the announcements, because I don't know. I find that I don't know. Let me put it this way: there's a certain group of people I find on the Evercade Discord that are toxic and they gatekeep. I don't know if that bunch.
Well, here's all you got to do: you basically get the Discord for your phone, and then you mark that one channel where they announce things as a notify me whenever they post anything, and then whenever they do, you get notified on your phone and you see it right away.
I do. I do with the alerts, and that's like with the new with the Atari card announcement that and YouTube. But like things like why didn't they announce like at least that they did like that interview? And I don't know. I just think there's better ways of doing communication. It's like I feel like I don't know. They do the opposite of what they're supposed to when they're supposed to. Like that's huge. 15 arcade cards.
See, I don't know if they're gonna like an announcement or bug fixes or something like that. If there's an update, I don't know if they need to make a video every time they do something like that. You know.
True. That, but like something like 15 like that's huge. You just talk about the highlights.
I don't think they should announce that officially because what are the odds that it's going to be 15?
Yeah.
Like, look at how many carts always get pushed back to the next year. You know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point.
On credit because like listen again another toxic. Yeah, I don't know.
I think we're getting that information secondhand. Like maybe what they really said was like, we're aiming to release 15 carts this year. So it's
exactly.
not.
Yeah.
So even like on the official Evercade Reddit, they didn't promote that podcast. They didn't put that. Wow. Yeah, they didn't put that there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now that I know that the interview exists, I mean, I'll definitely be able to listen to it, and then at the very least, we could speak to it, next week at the very latest.
But is it like a
I'll spend the
4.5 hour
weekend.
interview? No, I'm kidding. But
No, it's
that's
an hour. It's an hour long, but
Okay.
I'll listen to it. Like I didn't even know it existed. I didn't know that Andrew talked to anyone.
That's what
I forget how I found out about it. I guess it was announced somewhere because it wound
Yeah.
up in my subscription for podcasts.
And I just found out here on the thing, so I was like, all right.
And
well,
I've heard it. I've heard it since the first episode. I was there day one.
Mhm. And I'm like, all right, well, there we go. We're good. We got that. And then, I think. So actually, as far as recap goes, somebody was saying that Crazy Burger, I think, did a recap video.
He did.
I keep forgetting to check in on his channel because like I'm subscribed to him, but like my feed on YouTube, I don't know if you guys have seen this before, as just a consumer of videos, is you only get notifications for like 10% of the things you're subscribed to. And it's like annoying because someone will put out a video and you want to see it, but you'll never get the notification. And then they'll get
ring
buried.
that bell.
They'll get buried in the thing. I do. I have the thing for
Well,
like
dude.
everything that has anything to do with Evercade, Atari, all that stuff. I have all the notification bells. All you
I don't know.
guys-
It seems to work just fine on my phone because
Yeah.
like the channels where I want to get notified every time they put out a video. Every time they put out a video, like clockwork, I get it on my phone.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, oh, this channel
Okay,
put out this video.
yeah.
15 carts to release in 2020. Okay, he did. Okay, so yeah, he did do a 9-minute video. Perfect. I'll check that out. Thank you, Crazy Burger. I'll check that
sweet.
out because that's he just puts it at 4 hours ago. No, what I do is I have like 99% of my notifications turned off because it'd be too overwhelming. I check my feed like several times every
Mhm.
single day. Like someone like summoning salt, yes, alerts because I don't want to. But there's like because otherwise sometimes like at least on Android, if you get too many alerts, you can miss a bunch of those. Actually, as footage, yes, thank you. That's that's probably what I should be doing something like that. But no, that's awesome. And I'll go ahead and I'll watch that.
As you wish.
Good thing to talk about. Yeah, I already added that to my watch to my watch list, and we can.
That's such a great movie.
Oh, you're talking about Princess Bride?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's one of the other. No, believe
You
me,
know what
that's
I
one-
remember most about the Princess Bride
Was
is
that?
the fact that Fred Savage is playing hardball in the beginning of that movie.
That's funny. That's funny.
I appreciate that Amber, but yeah, no,
Yeah.
I guess we're not big enough. We're not big enough channels.
That's all right.
Either that, or maybe they like
Well,
how
Retro Titans isn't exactly a huge podcast either. It is just like this, where it's just a fan
Yeah.
created a podcast.
Exactly.
Well, I think I'm more like where like Pete was a few years ago, where like he's like I criticized them too much, and maybe I think I've done that. So I don't know. Maybe
You know what?
maybe they like
I get back when Zaccaria Pinball was new. I never put out reviews on Steam, and I put out a really negative review of it on Steam. And then they contacted me and started giving me free codes.
yeah. Well, it's not working for me.
That does sometimes happen. I've
Yeah.
seen it happen before.
That's great. I don't know, or maybe they don't want to feel like they've influenced or whatever. But no, but that's
Yeah.
the stuff that they keep hidden. They should talk about, and that's the one thing is I don't understand their method for advertising. Like make a short or something that says like 15 carts coming this year, arcade, and it's like, dude, it's put it this way: with us with full-time jobs, if we can put out content, just imagine if like that was somebody's full-time job. They could do it. I mean, good lord,
Yeah. Yeah, but, I mean, they clearly have had a plan for what they wanted to do for a long time. So, I don't know. I mean, whatever it is, it's working for them because they keep selling carts and hardware. So,
yeah.
I don't begrudge them their strategy. I just want to I just hope that I hope they don't see an opportunity and don't take it because of whatever reason.
Yes. No, the only thing I would say that I would, that I wish that they could do with us, that I know that they've done with some other channels like Mad Little Pixel and some of the other bigger channels, is that like a week before they could send us like the press kits and all that and be like, hey, go ahead and make your video. You can't release it until this date. That I would like to be able to kind of plan, so that way you don't get an announcement when you're in the middle of work because the time zones are different. That would be nice. That would be nice.
So that's a good
one.
Oh,
the purple ruler. Oh, okay. Robo, and I keep forgetting this. Do you think that? And a serious question: do you think they're going to be purple, or will they do black and gold? Like, will they make like a separate Neo Geo line of cards? Like, I would love that.
If they did, they should just stop the coloring scheme altogether. I still think they should stop the coloring scheme because you're already getting mixes in some cartridges of, oh, this is a computer card collection, but there's one console game in here because we figured that the console version was better than the computer version.
Right.
Or it was easier to emulate or something,
Yeah. Oh, Game Freak. Because there is something for fair use. So here's the thing: as long as you're not reposting the entire hour thing, if you're using clips and you give credit, they would really have to be deal holes to file a copyright claim against you. Like, I don't think that they would do that. If you just give them credit and say, hey, here are some clips from,
Yeah. Well,
I don't think the content mentioning AI is gonna care if you gave credit or not.
I don't think Retro Titans would have to purposely go after them.
Well, it's one of those YouTube etiquette things.
Yes,
exactly. As far as the use of other YouTubers' content.
Exactly.
It is that whole, like, there's that unspoken rule that if you're a YouTuber and you want to talk about somebody else's content and you use the content and give them credit, put in links or whatever, that's the courtesy thing. But the other side of the coin is that the other person isn't supposed to levy a strike against you. It's not like it's not like in the course of the law, depending on where you live and what territory you're in, they're not able to, because they have, like in certain circumstances, they have every right to hit the button. It's just that a lot of times in the YouTuber community, if you do that, then the rest of the YouTube community around you descends upon you with fire and brimstone.
Yeah, it's free advertising. As long as somebody isn't just saying like false stuff. Oh,
yeah,
thank you.
But usually, like Blunder's is saying here, it's like usually everyone's chill. Like, if you want to talk about something, like it's all good.
Yeah.
Just send them a heads up and be like, hey man, I'm just doing this thing. Is it cool? Whatever.
Well, YouTube let them know.
Be people.
I've had that happen once or twice. As chaps. Yeah.
So
no, it would be.
Yeah. What I want is for the big boys to not do that, because sometimes you want to talk about some things, like and a good thing that Blaze doesn't do that, but because we use their trailers in every one of our reaction videos.
Yes,
but if I were to react, if I were to react to a trailer from one of the big three, chances are I'd get whacked. Just for showing the trailer, and I'm like, I'm advertising for you. Like, what are you talking about?
No, the one cool thing is I am, believe me, Blaze lets me exist, and they, I can pretty much do whatever I want, long as I don't. So like, Blaze is murdering puppies, which I would. You know what I mean? But no, funny that you mentioned that though, because a few videos back there was one, not the fault of Blaze, but one of those songs was copyrighted.
Yeah,
and I noticed because and I think it was Mad Little Pixel, so the trailer, like he didn't have it either. But so I don't use that music anymore because I don't want to.
That's why when I do a react, I just shut the music off. Shut the audio off.
I use Gene's music. Oh, so hey, Immortal. He said "Good morning, the beautiful people." By the way, if you want to see me karaoke to that and hear his voice, become a channel member
that's wild.
I did that. Oh, real quick, one quick thing I do have to plug, and I'll plug at the end because since Immortal is here, he donated a 25-pound Google Play gift card for me to give away. So tonight,
that's pretty heavy.
Yeah, yeah, 25. Oh my god, that's hilarious. So tonight at 7 p.m. Central, I'll be doing doing the Wheel of Names, and And yes, I've been giving you credit for like mentioning that link. That's like awesome for like to do a spin.
Oh, you
for a
don't need to give me credit for that. That's just a website. It exists.
I didn't know about it though. So yeah, I'm doing that tonight. So anyway, ooh, you got a box.
Yeah, I haven't opened this box in a month.
You know what's inside?
I know exactly what's inside.
Okay, then it makes sense why you would.
Half
the time I get a box and I'm like, I gotta open it because I don't know what's in it. What did I order?
I did get this. Also, this came in yesterday, but I'm pretty sure I know what this is. So it's good. So I might be doing some of those things.
You just didn't want to take a chance. Well, the funny thing is, Game Freak. So I may make a video about Crazy Burger talking about the video, about them talking about the video. So, but for something like that, yeah, exactly.
You know what? There was a you know those weird infomercials they were doing on Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, or whatever in the middle of the night at 4 a.m. That's where we get like Too Many Cooks and stuff like that. I don't know if you're familiar with that. They did one where it was like a streamer, and it kept going into like, it was like a streamer playing a game, and then it pulled back, and it was actually another streamer that was actually playing the streamer that was playing the game, and that would pull back again, and it just kept doing that. It was so weird.
That's awesome. Did it get creepy like the other one? No.
Yeah, actually a bit. Because it's funny, because the one streamer is like, oh, I gotta get up and go, and he walks into the wall, and it turns out it's because the other person was controlling him to the.
That's hilarious.
I wish I could remember the name of it. I'm gonna look it up.
He sent me. Okay, so he sent me. He did. He sent me another one to give away. So I'll have a U.S. one to give away and a European one. But what was awesome, I just have one question for you, Mortal. Like, whenever for the fun of it, he puts cool things in the background. Like last time it was like Star Wars and Halo figures. Dude, when did they make Altered Beast toys? Like he has like an Altered Beast like toy, like.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sure somebody had made it at some point.
Yeah.
And he almost
that happened
actually
kind of recently.
I have an Altered Beast Funko Pop right here.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's
dude, I was like, he'll have like little things like that in the background, make it more fun. Otherwise, I would show that, but the here. But I was like, I'm not surprised. I'm like, when did they make Altered Beast toys? But no. But with the YouTube community, I mean, like, you can talk. It's just giving credit. Dude, believe me, it's like, you'll be as long.
Yeah, I found it. I'm going to post a link. This is the name of the video. Final Deployment 4 Queen Battle Walkthrough.
Nice.
It's on YouTube.
Very cool.
I'm gonna search that.
But yeah, I can't wait to watch Crazy Burger's video on summarizing that, just because I may not have the time to kind of go through and like sift through the whole thing. So that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of reworking the wall. Actually, I'm actually printing out for each separate one a thing that'll lock together, and it'll look like better than it does here. That's why part of the wall you see is empty, because I've already taken those down, and I have to print them out and put them up one at a time.
What's Jack? I've never heard of Jack's. Walmart.
Jack's Specific is a company that usually does those plug and play things, but I think they also do some figures, maybe.
Yeah, they used to do the wrestling games though too, right? WWE, the Dubs. I'm pretty sure that was them.
Okay, it's only been 55 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, usually I listen to podcasts while I'm either in the car or walking the dog, and so it just depends on how long those go. So,
yeah.
And whenever I stop, it stops, and then when I go again, it just continues from where I left off.
Yes.
Nice.
No, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I do that the Dungeons and Dragons podcast. So yeah, no. Mm-hmm. No, I know. I can't just sit down and just listen to a podcast unless I'm doing something else. Well, actually, no. I take it back. There's a few that I can. But yeah. So no, that's all exciting. But yeah, this is the year of arcade. Oh my god, That will make up for last year. That will make-
I mean, I
That
still
will-
like. I still like.
that
He's
this.
already getting excited for the year of arcade. One arcade cart has been announced.
It's gonna be great.
That might be the. You know what? That should be the title. That should be the title of my
Well,
next
this-
video. Year of arcade.
Yeah, right. I just want this year to be the year that I can put Evercade carts on a shelf that won't fall over on me. I
Ah!
have to figure out. I have to figure out. Like, I'll send you guys a picture of it, but I just have these stacks of Evercade carts, and they're all like, I need to do something about this because I'm not going to survive the year and be able to like
Yeah.
have all
I
these
kind of had
carts.
that problem. That's why I had to extend everything out over there and kind of shove things to the back. Yeah, I know what
Yeah.
you mean.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's my goal for this year.
Do you think though that there won't be any blue carts for once? I'd be
No,
curious.
there's totally going to be blue carts because I need to get to 10.
They need to give us that Accolade Commodore collection.
Okay.
Yeah,
Or Atari.
so we'll have 2. Yeah. An Atari computer collection would be kind of cool. So I mean, or just 1 or 2 of them. So yeah, we need to get 2 of those, and if 5,
Oh, you know
There's
what's
gonna
also
there's gonna be 5 arcade collections. Let's just say, with the Atari, and then 4 SNK, I guess.
At least.
That gets us to 18 in arcade carts. So then we still need 2 more for the following year in 26, so we can get to 20.
Did you
Yeah,
imagine
20
Accolade
arcade.
has Test Drive?
Ooh,
There's Test Drive 2. I don't actually have that, but I used to play
Yeah.
Test Drive 2. But this is also a good game.
Mini Pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that one. It's good. That is good stuff.
Taito? Yes.
Oh,
Taito
Taito would
be
be awesome. Yeah. Well, I mean, they had the Super Pocket, so
awesome.
finally getting a card out there, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding.
So,
Carts. Carts.
But,
Nothing hidden behind.
yeah, man.
Hmm.
I gotta hook that up. But just like this 7800 plus has been just chilling in the box since I got it. Just
It's nice.
I need to plug it in down here.
Did you buy it recently, or did you buy it when it was new? When it was
The
first
7800
announced?
plus, I got it when after the announcement, like right after the announcement.
Because it's gone on sale on Amazon a couple times.
Yeah. It was, so this 2600 plus went on sale for like $50. I was like, wow.
Really, it was that cheap at one
Yeah.
point?
Like
If the
50,
7800 plus goes down to $50, I'd buy it. I thought about it. I thought about the 7800 plus at $100.
Yeah.
Then I think, no, I don't need it because I have 2600 plus.
Well, and that was the same thing for me. And then I was like, no, but I have a 7800. This was my system. This was what I grew up with. So I was like, yeah, I get one. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't have the attachment to the. I had one at one point, but I didn't have it growing up. So
Yeah, but as soon as the second they announced that in Television Plus, though, that's it.
Ooh.
I'm not the biggest fan of Intellivision, but I'd probably get it
Day one.
just because I still have Intellivision games.
Well, I have my that's the thing. It's the one thing that I wish that I had elsewhere from the flood was some of my Intellivision hardware not downstairs, because all of my systems are done. They're done for. So I don't have a way of testing all of the games. And most of the games probably work just fine because they were all complete in box. So I just had to peel apart the cardboard to get the cartridges out. But I've got, I had 97 of the 125. So like it was, and some of them were some pretty deep cuts. But, oh wait, did that go back up?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Thank you, Phantom.
There's-
Yeah, I didn't check my email. Yeah, like
Breaking news.
breaking news. Yep, that just came up.
Can we actually do it? I'm gonna go to Fun Stuff
Actually,
right now.
I got the email like 5 minutes ago, and I didn't think anything of it.
Can I go to
Let's see.
Deluxe? They keep saying sold out.
Let's see. Oh, you're gonna love this. Look, I
What?
clicked on that.
Wednesday, Wednesday, February 19th.
Wednesday.
Four not found.
All right,
It's not
Wednesday.
exist.
All right, so we got a captive audience here.
Let's
All right.
see. Ah,
Do
let's-
one. Do I do it at all?
you can't do it.
And-
Their
and-
website's
well,
still
but it's
screwed up.
Wednesday. So now I have time to sleep on it. It's Wednesday the 19th, apparently. That
If
is.
you
Oh.
didn't buy it, it's not like it's any cheaper, and you didn't buy it before. I don't think you'll get it now.
I
But
would
if I do one, which one?
Well, to be honest, I think Mega Man.
Yeah.
Just because the other one has 5 Street Fighter games.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, that's probably.
You
what
have to
it is.
ask yourself this, Rich: do you really need 2 of them? And is it within your budget if you get this to get the SNK one? Like, I would hold off.
Well, so
What's with this assumption that there's going to be an SNK one?
So I mean, I'm I'm almost positive that there's going to be one.
Yeah.
Yes, it is for Studio B, RMGB TV, because I finally found a place in Studio B where it could live, and it's not necessarily for me. It'd be like for me, ... and the people that in the place where I work. So, for the kids. So
I see, for tax reasons.
So yeah, so it's like, all right, so maybe it happens because it happens, but we'll see.
It makes sense how they found the RGB. They found the Alphas in the warehouse behind the Ark of the Covenant. Yeah, that makes sense.
No.
It's like, order now, Rich. More technical troubles. No, Mega Man.
Yeah,
Was
Mega Man. All right. So if it's gonna be one, it'll be that one. I'll take a swing. But if I get beat out, then I'm not gonna cry about it, because like some of these limited ones, they'll be like, hey, it's good, and then people really are interested in it. They come in and snipe
the standard ones, are the standard ones still available, or
no? I think they're all sold
I
out.
thought that was just for the deluxe ones.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're all sold out. Yeah, no, they're all sold out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I didn't realize that they had all sold out. I assumed
Yeah.
that they were just available.
and in fact, most hardware is all sold out. VSRs are sold out. VSR wired controllers are sold out. The EXPR is available, so you can get that.
hey, it could be my cockers. Yeah, it could be artificial hype. They sold out the original sales report.
Oh, you could buy the Street Fighter one on Video Games Plus.
All right, well, you could do that.
And,
So the
and it's
funny
even
thing
on
is,
sale.
and like Gene said this earlier, like for that price, and I kind of agree with him. Like it would need to come with 500 games. Like I'm like, yeah, that's the only. I feel
Well,
like
you know what? If you have an Evercade collection, you have 500 games.
true.
Wow, the marquee pack sold out too. Wow, that's crazy.
For kids,
And
yes.
that is crazy, because those things were pretty expensive for just 3 marquees.
Yeah, $38 a piece, like for a 3 set. Yeah, $37.78 for 3 marquees, sold out. Street Fighter and Mega Man.
That was my main complaint when I asked what's the most annoying thing about Blaze, and people were like, "Yes, keeping stuff in stock. Yes, the availability."
That's wild.
Yeah, and kind of like with that, like when they announce like, "Hey, look forward to this cart," and then you don't get it for 2 or 3 months. I'm like, "Oh my god!" Well, yeah,
You got to be like me and just forget about it.
Yeah.
Then you get in the mail. It's like, I remember this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know, but not only that, it's easier. Like, it's easier to order carts like pre-ordering them over the months and having to like just like drop like $300 or $400. If you were to order them all at once, like then to drop like several $100s all at once, it's kind of financially it's easier. Like just to order them every 2 months and you kind of forget it.
Yeah.
That's all.
But I don't see that logic doesn't work, because if you're buying them as they're being released, they don't all get released at once.
No, but it's easier to let's say it's easier to spend like $50 like 2 months than if they just all released them. To make making payments on something than to like.
Right.
Are you talking about?
I see what Ed's saying. Yeah, because it's like the drip of the releases for the carts is easier to subsume with.
Are you saying that
amounts of
they're purposely not releasing them all at once?
No. I'm just saying sometimes when we get like the delays, like Tomb Raider came out and then the next collection was announced.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you pre-order them as they announce them and they're available for pre-order. And then when they release them all at the same time, then you're not paying for them all at the same time.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's paid it
But-
over. Yeah.
When have they historically done that?
It's only happened twice.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
And
only happened
it
twice.
wasn't like a whole bunch. It was like 4 at the same time instead of 4.
Yeah. Because you just order Evercade carts. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. There's delays. We need to get.
I don't think that's something you got to worry about.
No.
225. The price. Yeah. No, it's just listen. The alphas are great for like a little novelty. But if I was going to get serious into something like that, that's where I would. For me, if I'm going to get a multicade, I want to go all in and like buy something once it'll last. So it would significantly be more expensive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're going to go that way, then yeah. I mean,
if you want to get serious, you got to get a Retrocade. They start at $2,000.
well, yeah, there's them too, but
Wish,
the budget friendly option is the ALU.
Is that game? Yeah, that'd be your second choice.
Yeah.
And that's what, like $600 or $700?
Well, these went on sale back in the day. I don't know about anymore. I mean, prices go crazy now, but the second ALU cabinet was purchased at $449 at a Sam's Club.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it at a Sam's Club. Okay, so not their not the At Games site.
No,
Okay.
they just had them on a pallet, $449 during holiday season. And that's a great deal.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now.
I don't
Before
do
they
that.
knocked
I
it
don't
out
go to
for
Sam's
America
Club.
and everything. Yeah, for a time that was a good.
Yeah. So,
It does.
and it's still happy. I mean, this thing gets plenty of use almost every single Sunday dinner weekend. It's me and the kids on this thing after dinner.
Well, heck yeah, man! I mean, that's the thing. You've got a
every
big
Sunday.
screen. 2 people could comfortably play there.
Yeah.
You got a buttload of games that you could do 2 play. See, that's kind of what I mean. Like it's like.
Don't they have a panel that you could replace it with that will allow 4 players?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, there is one, and maybe I should think about maybe getting that upgrade kit because that'd be kind of cool. You know, it's expensive though because it's basically like you replace the brains of the entire unit with that deck. Because
But it comes with a does it come with a trackball and a spinner, or is it just a spinner?
this one has everything. It's got the spinner, trackball, and then the 2-player. So, and 2 spinners actually. Yeah, so it's a spinner for player 1, spinner for player 2, but there's only 1 trackball in the middle. So, yeah, I want to see if there's a way to get into like the controls and then like program the spinner to do things like a kind of like be a steering wheel kind of replacement. Because if I could make that work, then I would love to get like a ALU version of like hard driving and then be able to kind of play with it and then use it as a steering wheel. Oh man, it'd be so rad. But I mean it's hard.
Wait a minute.
And I have the side button too. I have the side button attachments too for pinball.
Couldn't you hook a PC up through it and then just direct the spinner to be like the steering wheel?
Oh yeah, you know what? I probably could. Could. Yeah, because you would use it as a mouse. Like you would identify the spinner as a mouse, and then you could try to use that. Yeah,
I'm sure there's a way you could do it without buying anything extra. Just hook a PC up to it.
That's true. Yeah, all sorts of fun things you could do with these neat little things. But
I got a story though. Like I have the arcade stick for the At Games Legends pinball, and my sister came over and she hadn't seen it before, and I turned it on, and the control stick wasn't working at all.
Oh no!
I had to swap it back out with the original one. I knew it was plugged in because the controls changed. It just stopped working, and it was like right before I let her play it. I had updated. Oh, it has an update. Let me update it first. I'm sure the update broke it.
Oh no!
Yeah,
so now I have to wait for another update, and then I'll have to swap it back again to see if that.
That's rough.
I never worked properly. But no, that's the other. Like those are pretty. Like I think what you have, Rich, would be the only At Games product maybe I would ever consider getting for like for a cheap price because that seems to be solid. But I don't know.
You wouldn't consider the At Games Legends Pinball Mini?
No, I've seen too many. The problem, even like with like the Stern pinballs and stuff, when those come out, like a lot of them, like they update code over time, and there's too many. I don't know. Pinball's the whole thing.
Is it that like the Evercade?
No, with stuff like pinball, driving games, and shooting games, like I either want like the real experience, or like I'd be happy playing the.
You know, the real pinball machines get code updates too.
Yeah. I know. those are like really expensive.
I don't think there's almost anything you could buy that doesn't have code updates.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. No, I know like Retro Ralph was saying that usually with when they release them, like the code isn't finished and they kind of like refine it like over time and
Yeah, and that's
So-
been the case for like a long time, ever since they started putting USB ports on boards.
yeah.
Like my Stern Star Trek is what 12 years old at this point, and even that had updates.
Wow.
That's wild.
Like I remember I updated it many times when it kept releasing new code for it.
Dang.
Yeah, that's wild. But
Dang. Well,
But-
I think
right.
we're maybe getting to that point. Yeah, obviously we're
yeah,
gonna.
I gotta go run to get the kiddo. So
Yeah.
he had
I
to-
probably
he
have to
sleep
shovel
over
the
at a
snow
friend's
in the
house.
driveway.
Yeah. No, I gotta bounce here after this for some things, but yeah. No, for final thoughts, I'll go first to real quick. No, just want to say tonight, 7 p.m. We're doing thanks to Immortal doing 2 Google Play gift card giveaways. One for the US, one for the UK. Maybe
Nice.
next week, me and Rich can get our schedules aligned. Maybe we can do like a card episode, and then I'll have some usual stuff on the channel.
Very cool. Yeah. And then over here, yeah, more of the same. You know, try to plug away and get some stuff. There'll definitely be some stuff Atari VCS related coming over the weekend because another friend of the channel, Kraz from Kraz Productions, dropped a game on Atari VCS. So so we're gonna be checking that one out. Dropped it yesterday, so that'll probably be maybe tomorrow. And then I'm gonna do some more Polymega stuff because I got that big box of just kind of trashy games from your boy Floyd, and I never did anything with them. So I'm gonna hook up the the Super Nintendo module that I have and do some of that stuff. Where is Karg? Thursday, hopefully, will be the day.
What is he saying? What is
Oh, what is Karg? Calling all retro gamers. It's our side show. It's our side channel on youtube.com/calling all retro. You can go there, and then it's me and Ed. We talk about all sorts of random stuff, and usually play games while doing that. So it'll be very, very cool.
help
And
us
then,
get to some watch hours so we can offer memberships and do fun things.
exactly. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, we need more. We need to do more there so we can get more people to watch. So we can do that stuff. But yeah, come on over and hang out. And that's about it.
Well, I kind of realized the other day I'm probably not on hiatus anymore since I put out 2 videos this week, against my will, because Zachary and Pinball all of a sudden new tables again. So there was Future World Deluxe, and then they put out an award table called City Golf, and then after I filmed those, I figured, hey, you know what? I might as well get started on the other day. I think they added 15 retro tables, but they're very simple, so those are short videos. So I put out those 2 this week for Future World and City Golf. I have ready to go. It actually posted videos. They're just not published yet for 4 of those retro tables, and there probably will be an Evercade video before the end of the month because I've actually finished like everything. I have everything I need to make a video. I just need to put the pieces together,
Nice. That's very cool.
and that would be for Sunsoft Collection too.
That's neat.
And that as I was preparing that stuff, I realized one of the reasons why it took me so long. I stopped playing. I just utterly just stopped playing Blaster Master Enemy Below for like a month. I was like, I just could not get. I was like, I don't want to go back to that right now. Was it?
It's frustrating. Game.
Oh, is it snowing? It's not snowing here yet. I can see out the window. Yeah, no snow right here, Phantom. Not yet, anyway. It's supposed to rain actually, which is weird. But
All right. Well, I know we ran a little bit longer, but we had lots of stuff to talk about. But I think we'll go ahead and end it here.
We didn't talk about the game.
No. But it'll be in the news for next week, so
yeah,
we'll finish. we'll finish
Yeah.
that collection. So yeah, no, I think we'll go ahead and end this. I know I know it seems like all of us have to go ahead and bounce and do things on Saturday, but thanks everyone for joining. Hopefully people will be here tonight at 7, and thanks everyone for tuning in.
See ya.
Thank you, Crashline, Mr. Showa, Immortal Sojourn, Amber Cummings, Joe Whitlash, Dean Nestor, Courtney Puddle, and Leo!